In this book you will discover why many individuals find themselves dwelling in the regrets of the past or anxiously worrying about an uncontrollable future and what they have to do to change that. Despite this, there is an underlying hope for personal improvement, increased happiness, and enlightenment, even if the path forward seems unclear. Enter The Power of Now, where best-selling author and esteemed spiritual guide Eckhart Tolle shares practical methods for navigating the complexities of inner life and relationships with the past, present, and future. Central to Tolle's philosophy is the practical emphasis on living in the present moment as a means to alleviate much of the usual pain experienced in life. The book explores the connection between the mind and suffering, offering insights into the various self-destructive ways in which we use our minds, such as trapping ourselves in cycles of suffering and preventing our own happiness. The Power of Now has proven transformative for millions of people, contributing to improvements in their lives, relationships, and, importantly, fostering increased self-esteem and active engagement with life. By focusing solely on the present and disregarding the past or future, you can significantly enhance your life. Many of us yearn for inner peace and life improvement, seeking enlightenment without a clear roadmap to attain it. Surprisingly, the initial step toward this goal may be simpler than we imagine. Our tendency is to dwell in the past or worry about the future. We reminisce or regret one moment, then plan or worry the next. Meanwhile, we often overlook the one moment fully available to us, the present, now. The present is uniquely crucial because nothing transpires in the past or future. Events occur solely in a continuous stream of present moments. Whenever we feel something, that experience is rooted in the present, as our senses provide information about the specific moment. Saying something happened in the past is a bit misleading. It occurred in a singular, present moment. The past is essentially a collection of once-present moments that have passed, and the future comprises present moments yet to unfold. Consequently, worrying about the future or dwelling in the past offers no advantages, but living in the now provides numerous benefits. Achieving this can lead to a life with minor issues that can be addressed as they arise. Consider a challenging task, such as writing a scientific paper. If you're anxious about the remaining work or regret missed opportunities in the past, progress is hindered. However, tackling one small problem at a time, gathering data, developing a structure, writing the first chapter, makes the task more manageable. Live in the present. Let go of the past, cease fearing the future, and witness the significant improvements in your life. A part of you relies on pain for its survival, and this internal aspect is often the source of the pain you endure. Imagine you've succeeded in living in the present without worrying about the past or future. Yet, when you encounter pain, whether physical or emotional, how do you cope with it? Pain, in essence, is a self-generated inner resistance to external circumstances beyond your control. It arises when you are dissatisfied with the present reality but feel powerless to alter it. This dissatisfaction manifests emotionally as negativity. Given your tendency to dwell on the past and the future while being confined to the present, there's limited capacity to change aspects of life that cause unhappiness. Consequently, an inner resistance to the current state of affairs emerges, experienced as pain. Another dimension of self-created pain is the pain body. This internal entity thrives on your experience of pain, as it is composed of your past painful encounters. It actively seeks to make you feel miserable and sad, perpetuating a cycle of suffering. This cycle persists until the pain becomes integral to your identity, and you fully identify with your pain body. Consequently, you may resist letting go of pain, as doing so would jeopardize the very core of your identity. For instance, when irritation or frustration triggers anger, and you find yourself losing control, your pain body has seized command. Anger clouds rational thinking and leads to further pain. While external circumstances may seem to be the source of pain, the reality is that much of it is self-generated. The positive aspect is that, being self-created, you have the ability to address it, as you'll discover in the upcoming sections. The ego is a concealed aspect of your mind that acts as a hindrance to your happiness. Have you ever wondered why some individuals seem to undermine their own well-being? Despite the universal desire for happiness, many people find themselves unhappy, and the culprit is often the ego, a clandestine force that influences your thoughts and behaviors without your conscious awareness. Since the ego operates subtly, it often goes unnoticed, and people remain unaware of its significant influence on their lives. Consider moments of past disputes. Upon reflection, you might realize an overreaction, yet in the heat of the disagreement, the presence of something controlling your thoughts and actions was not apparent. The ego thrives on your misery, relying on it for its continued existence. Consequently, it actively obstructs happiness, working against your own best interests. This destructive aspect of the mind explains why many individuals suffer, even when they consciously strive for a happy life. Some may intentionally sabotage their happiness by remaining in destructive relationships. The ego tends to lead you into conflicts with others and generates dissatisfaction with your current circumstances to gain control over your thoughts and behaviors. For instance, when two or more egos converge, it often results in drama, observable in small offices or households. Despite the desire for peaceful coexistence, egos cause irritation over trivial matters and prompt overreactions. If you find yourself engaged in a heated debate over a minor issue, such as household chores or television preferences, the ego is likely at play. The ego, as a destructive force in the human mind, seeks dominance and has no boundaries. Allowing it control leads to significant suffering. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for your return, likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions to the channel. Your active involvement is not only fostering the growth of the channel but also sending a powerful message to knowledge and wisdom seekers around the globe, becoming a true ambassador for our community. Now, let's seamlessly transition back to the review and continue this collective journey of enlightenment and sharing of wisdom. If you desire a richer and nearly painless life, it's crucial to detach yourself from your mind and shift your focus to your body. Numerous esteemed teachers have emphasized the importance of directing attention to the body rather than the mind. Why? The mind is a source of pain. It constantly dredges up past memories and plans for the future, filling your life with regretful reminiscences and anxiety about what lies ahead. This perpetual preoccupation prevents you from fully experiencing the present, leading to pain. Since altering the past or the future is impossible, worrying about unchangeable circumstances causes ongoing distress. To diminish the mind's power and regain control, the key is to redirect focus from the mind to the body. Your body inherently knows what is best for you. Listening to your body provides clear insights into your life's priorities. Various teachings, such as those of Jesus, emphasize the significance of the body. Jesus used the body in proverbs and allegories, stating, for instance, "Your body is a temple." Narratives of his resurrection underscore the presence of his body, emphasizing its ascent to heaven along with his mind and soul. Enlightenment has never been achieved solely by concentrating on the mind while neglecting the body. An illustrative example is found in Buddha's 6-year period of abstinence, including fasting, to detach from his body. The outcome? Although he felt separated from his body, he did not attain greater peace or enlightenment. Enlightenment came when he abandoned these practices and reconnected with his body. To free yourself from the pain caused by your mind and live more fully in the present, it's essential to detach from it. How? Fully understanding the influence of your mind requires conscious observation of its subtle impact on your thoughts and behaviors. To achieve this, ask yourself, what will my next thought be? By focusing on this question, you create a gap in the continuous flow of thinking, allowing you to observe the mind. Repeating this practice helps you recognize the extent to which your mind constantly occupies your thoughts. This awareness becomes a key tool for interrupting and separating from your mind. Another effective method involves observing your mind without judgment. Judging is an act of the mind, so passing judgment puts you back in the realm of mental activity. For instance, if you feel the urge to run in the middle of work, follow your body's impulse. Your body inherently knows what's beneficial, so go outside and run. As you do, pay attention to the internal voice that suggests, you should be working, not running or wasting time. Instead of judging this voice, neither labeling it as good nor bad, simply smile at it and accept its existence. This practice allows you to notice your mind without feeling compelled to follow its guidance. As you continue to enhance your ability to separate from your mind, consider adopting the practice of active waiting. Active waiting is a unique state, akin to being alert for a momentous or serious event that could transpire at any time. In this state, all your attention is directed toward the present moment, leaving no room for daydreaming, planning, or reminiscing that typically distracts us. For instance, during an exam, instead of worrying about the results, immerse yourself fully in the present. Adopting a state of active waiting before and during the exam can assist you in maintaining focus on the task at hand. In active waiting, keen attention is also given to the body, ensuring it is prepared for any possible developments. As we've previously explored, this emphasis on the body is pivotal for living in the present. An illustrative example involves Zen masters sneaking up on students with closed eyes and attempting to surprise them. The practice of waiting compels students to concentrate fully on their bodies, enabling them to sense the approaching masters and evade the attack. Numerous spiritual teachers recommended this state of waiting to their pupils, believing it leads to a good life. For instance, when Jesus was questioned by his disciples about living a good and peaceful life, he advised them, "Be like a servant waiting for the return of the master." The servant, unaware of the master's arrival time, remains in a state of perpetual alertness, avoiding elaborate future plans and maintaining constant awareness of the surroundings to not miss the master's return. Living in the present can be challenging for your partner, but it also has the potential to enhance your relationship. Now that you've acquired the ability to live in the present, it may impact your daily routines and relationships, especially with your partner. For a person accustomed to a more normal existence, sharing life with someone fully immersed in the present can be extremely challenging. The ego of the non-present person thrives on problems, and the calm and peaceful demeanor of the person living in the present may be perceived as a threat. In response, the non-present person's ego may create additional problems, such as insults, debates over trivial matters to disrupt the peace, or constantly referencing past incidents to pull the present-focused individual out of their state. Why does this happen? An analogy may provide insight. Just as darkness struggles to coexist with light, a person still under the influence of the ego may find it challenging to be in proximity to someone living fully in the present. Strong opposites have difficulty existing in close quarters. Similar to how placing a candle in darkness eliminates the darkness or pouring water on fire extinguishes the flame, the presence of someone living in the present disrupts the dominance of the ego. However, if approached correctly, living in the present can significantly improve your relationship. It allows you to refrain from judging, criticizing, or attempting to change your partner. Instead, you begin to see your partner as an independent individual. Moreover, the insight gained from living in the present can break otherwise endless cycles, such as debates that never reach a resolution. The inner peace fostered by being present enables you to listen to your partner without passing judgment. While living with someone in the present may initially pose challenges for your partner, it can ultimately present an opportunity for positive change in both your partner and the relationship over the long term. Living fully in the present doesn't guarantee the avoidance of all pain. Surrendering to the present doesn't imply disregarding sad or hurtful feelings. Even when you are deeply immersed in the present, certain feelings of sadness and pain may be inevitable. How should you handle them? Should you suppress these emotions and pretend everything is fine? That might not be the best approach. While it's accurate to say that much of the pain we experience is self-created, it doesn't mean we create all of it. Unavoidable pain can stem from the actions of those still under the influence of their destructive minds or from the death of a loved one. Since you can't lead everyone around you to enlightenment, and death is an inevitable part of life, this type of pain is genuinely unavoidable. So, what's the solution? When faced with something traumatic that brings genuine pain, the key is to accept it as it is. For instance, if you lose a loved one to death, it's natural to grieve and feel sadness. However, if you can accept this as an unchangeable reality, you'll spare yourself unnecessary suffering. Feeling sadness is a natural part of the human experience, and there's no need to feel guilty or ashamed about it. Accepting things as they are means you avoid wasting time and energy on constant wishes for a different reality. While living in the present can help you sidestep much of the pain in life, it doesn't promise immunity from all suffering. Additionally, being present doesn't involve ignoring or suppressing pain. Instead, it provides the inner strength needed to accept the challenging and painful aspects of life. Surrendering to the present doesn't equate to leading a passive life. While inner peace is valuable, it might not seem worthwhile when external life situations are challenging. However, accepting the present doesn't automatically translate to a passive approach where you remain indifferent or unwilling to address troubling aspects of your life. Living in the present is primarily an inner process of feeling and insight. It doesn't mandate a passive external behavior. Instead, it offers the potential for newfound resources and innovative problem-solving approaches. When faced with challenges, living in the present can provide fresh forms of strength and determination, as you avoid squandering inner resources on creating unnecessary problems. By focusing on the present, you perceive situations not as overwhelming problems but as individual, manageable aspects that can be addressed one by one, making you more effective. Living in and accepting the present doesn't commit you to a passive existence or imply a reluctance to improve your circumstances. On the contrary, by concentrating on the present and keeping the past and future in their respective places, you gain clarity about current issues and possess the strength to actively make positive changes. Summary: the key message of this book is to live in the present, focusing on the now, and separating yourself from overthinking about the past or future. This approach aims to reduce suffering and improve the quality of life. The book addresses the connection between the mind and suffering, emphasizing the role of the ego in hindering happiness. It suggests that redirecting focus from the mind to the body can lead to a richer and less painful life. Observing the mind without judgment is highlighted as a method to free oneself from mental pain. The importance of maintaining a state of permanent alertness is discussed. The impact on relationships is explored, noting the challenges and improvements that can arise when one partner lives in the present. The book acknowledges that while some pain is unavoidable, accepting the present helps minimize needless suffering. Finally, it emphasizes that surrendering to the present does not imply passivity but can provide new resources and problem-solving abilities. In my life's journey, my mission is to bring meaningful value to my fellow human beings, and I take immense pride in that purpose. Each day, my aspiration is to make a positive impact on someone's life when they wake up. Fortunately, your attention has connected us on this platform, driven by your thirst for knowledge and wisdom. To extend our reach to thousands, if not millions, of knowledge-hungry friends like yourself, I earnestly seek your help. A simple act of liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel can make a significant difference. In return, I wholeheartedly commit to delivering impactful book reviews in a timely manner. Your support holds immense meaning to me, and I am truly grateful. Thank you for joining me on this journey.